Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Dave. Thanks for checking out my channel. May the Schwartz be with you. Today we have one of my watches from my Homage collection. This is an homage to the Bell & Ross BR01-94, which is the larger. The BR03 is the smaller one. So this is a homage to the larger one, and I'll kind of go over all of this here in detail. Let me move that so you can see all the contrast. I'll go over this here in detail for you today. I had one of my other subscribers that was asking me about, what my thoughts are and would I do a review. So I definitely wanted to get that out for him and for you all as well. Let's just go ahead and dive right in. So this watch here I've had for probably over a month and a half already now, and I really like it, but there's some drawbacks. There are some cons that I need to make you aware of as well if you're thinking about getting this. But for the price, I would say just get it anyway, even with those cons in mind. I might even try to do some mods myself, so we'll see. But let's go ahead and jump in. So we're looking at a case diameter of 46 millimeters, so it's very large in terms of how it's going to wear on your wrist. If you have under a 7-inch wrist, I'd probably say stay away from this. Same thing I would say for the Bell & Ross as well. Stay away from that watch. It's just too big. But the diameter is 16 millimeter, so pretty thick there. As far as the dome on the mineral glass, it's not too much, it's not too high. I originally ordered this in the black on black, and when I got it, the glass looked like it was the bottom of a Coke bottle. It was like glass to where it was dark green, like kind of had a haze. The distortion like started immediately. At least here you get some kind of get distortion there at an angle, but the other one I got was just terrible. So I was just going to return it and just call it quits right there, but I decided let me get the white one so I can try and read it a little bit easier with the indices, and I'm glad I did. This one I prefer actually more than just the all blacked out version. And they also have this with, I think it's like a light blue color instead of the white. But anyway, what I do like, it says on the website it's got like a Japanese quartz movement. It gives the name of it. I'm not real familiar with the movement, so I'm not going to go into it, but I do like that it has the date up here. You have a second time zone, so you can actually change. It's almost like GMT style. You can have, well, not style with the hand, but you can have 2 time zones on this watch, which is really cool. And then, of course, we have stopwatch, start, stop, reset, and then an alarm as well, so you can set your alarm. So already does a lot more than most just quartz watches out the box, which is cool. Some of the details, so it's PVD, I guess, on the case. It's pretty hefty. I want to say it weighs like 150 grams, somewhere around there. So it's definitely got some weight to it. This band here is really nice. It does say Infantry there on the side, but the thickness of this rubber is really nice. It's not like the Bell & Ross because the screws don't go all the way through. So it is pin, or I guess spring bar being held in there. That's one con. So that's a drawback I'm going to say is probably over time, if you buy this as a daily, that's going to be a point I would expect some failure to occur. The glass is mineral glass. It's, again, I would have liked sapphire, probably would have spent $100 if they could address a couple issues on this watch. These screw marks here are just in the case. They're not actually functioning screws. So that's just for the design. It's a little bit different from the B&R, but those are a couple of the things that I do like. No screw down crown or anything. I mean, this watch is $30. Don't expect too much. Here's what I don't like about it. So a couple things I don't like is the ticking is kind of loud, not really too loud. The indices do not glow whatsoever. There's no lume on this watch. So I'll give you a shot at night. It has no lume. If I could, maybe I'll try. I might find a way to take this thing apart. And if I can get to the face and paint Luminova on these indices and the dial in the second hand, I think it would really change how much I like this watch. It would elevate it to a different level. Sapphire would definitely be nice as well, but I've already stated that. So it does have backlit on the LCD screen. So I'll show you a night shot of that, which is great if both times match up. But if you have this set for a different time zone, and at night you're in the dark and you go to hit that light button, it's going to be a different time. So that's something to just keep in mind. This is kind of cool little logo on the back. The reason I like the blacked out one is because you couldn't see the little Infantry logo and the wording, the branding there. So that's kind of what I liked about it, almost like D-badge, because the B&R is very simple, but this has grown on me quite a bit. The buckle you have, this is like, it feels like it's almost like aluminum, but PVD coated. And then the strap, so one thing that's cool, I'll show you here, is it has these little teeth built in. So it really holds this in nicely, which I like. So this is a really soft silicone rubber, and it's a 26mm strap. So I might even buy some aftermarket B&R straps to throw on here just to kind of see how it looks and how it does. So let's put on the wrist and take a look. Okay, so here's a wrist shot. Got some glare there, sorry about that. So this is the wrist shot on my wrist, just to kind of show. It's a little snug. Actually, let me lower that one. It doesn't need to be that snug. I haven't experienced any issues as far as like it pulling hair, being silicone or rubber. It's really comfortable, actually. The only thing is I sweat a lot or real easy, so this thing is definitely, every time I take it off, kind of wet underneath the case back. Water resistance, I want to say, is non-existent, like 30 meter. So I don't think this watch is made for a lot of water activity. But it looks really good. This is a watch that I would say goes well with sportier tactical outfits. I wore this out to the shooting range when I went recently, and it didn't get banged up, no scuffs. Not to say that that wouldn't happen, but so far it left there unscathed with kind of some of the drills and stuff that I was running. My fear is this getting chipped. I'm okay with this getting scratched up. I can always paint that too and make it even look more rugged. But once this gets cracked or has a chunk of it missing, that's going to look bad. I would say for this watch, certain outfits it looks really good with, and other outfits it's going to look out of place. If you're interested, actually what I'll do is I'll show you a couple of outfits that I wear with this watch, just so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. And I'll put a link to that up here once it's ready. But thanks again for checking out my channel. Let me know what you guys think of this watch. For 30 bucks, I would say get it, snag it. It's really cool. If you have the wrist size for it, I think you'll be pleased. And if it breaks or something happens, I mean, just return it or get a new one. I mean, it's 30 bucks. So check it out. Thanks again for the watch. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. That really helps me out a lot, and I would appreciate it as I try and grow my channel more and more, bring you more videos like this. So thanks for everything, and you guys have a good one.